on Draenor, old rivals sought to bring Azeroth to its knees. And while the Iron Tide was quelled, they were but servants of a more ancient foe that has not forgotten our defiance. The vengeance of the burning shadow has come. And in our most desperate hour, we must wield the power of the enemy against them. For we stand once more upon the brink of destruction. The Burning Legion has returned.
So guys, we just had the first Q&A with the development team of the World of Warcraft on Twitch TV, was live streamed from Gamescom. And to sum up how I feel about this Q&A is they might as well just could have skipped it really, because they didn't really give us anything. And a quick sum up that they gave us is that we are in our own timeline. Illidan is somehow pissed, and they kind of did go a bit under the weather about is Gul'dan working under orders, but it's very clearly that Gul'dan is working with someone else, or he is using Illidan in some way. And they quickly fast forwarded to talk a bit about the zones, about Dalaran. Not the zones actually, only Dalaran was mentioned, and the fact that it will still be, for those who were leveling in the zones in Wrath of Lich King, it will still be a leveling city. Personally, I think that's a load of BS. How can they justify leaving a zone there when the real one is actually over there, when it's a floating city? Why not just make maybe a few quest hubs down on the ground, revamp that area around it? I can't remember on top of my head what that zone it flies above is called, but they could just make you teleport down there somehow. That would be a better idea, I think, than making two cities. Then we should also have two cities, like two, before they were destroyed, two Stormwinds, two Orgrimmars, two Ironforge, and so on. So I think that's my opinion right there. I think it's bollocks. And they quickly resolved the issue on flying, said that they were intended to have flying in the future expansion, even though they have also said that they're going to keep on developing the zones for non-flying purposes. So how that's going to pan out, we're just going to see. And I think it's just because they want to appeal to the audience about the flying thing. Speaking about the artifacts, the relics you obtain, that you put in your weapon, is obtained by killing bosses and doing certain quest lines, and the higher the bosses, the more powerful the relic. and the relic it goes towards your spec. So if you, for instance, you are a disc priest and you want to go holy, you have a different quest line and you have different artifact relics that you have to put into your new weapon. So you can't just respec and all the obtained gems. All the obtained relics will just respec with you. You have to go towards one specific spec with one of the weapons. With the relics, the artifacts. I think that's a very good idea. That brings a lot more game in much more content for each player, for each class, and for each spec in the game. So you're not just I'm gonna DPS in here, guys. I'm gonna heal the way out, or I'm gonna heal half the other way. So I think that's a good thing. Really, I do. And there will be no more weapon drops after a certain point in the game. I agree and disagree on that. I can see pros and cons in that direction. I would definitely prefer the option of a weapon to drop, so you have the option to change if you want to. And also and so many questions not answered, but I think it's a bit of a mistake not to have any weapons at all, and everyone will have the same weapon in a state. But I know there are so many different variations of all the weapons, like the Doom Hammer and the Wargrave. They are gonna put some effort in going back into the profession quest lining. So each profession has like an individual recipes, an individual concept, and you will get a quest for your profession. So it's actually meant to be something worthwhile in the new region expansion. And because it's so dead at the moment, I'm really looking forward to see how they're going to implement this in the beta. And then they quickly turned on to talk about the demon hunters, and as they were right about saying in this no Q's no A's chat here, and a lot of people were like, this guy, demon hunter, and not thinking further than I'm gonna be a demon hunter. La, 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 la. It's like they glanced over it really quickly, like talking about how it's gonna dance, and apparently Alex Afrasiabi has an amazing female gnome dance, and that was about it. That was actually about it. That was all they were talking about. They were like, no. I was really hoping that they go not in detailed depth, but just maybe a bit in depth about how are they going to look at some talents. How will there be legendaries in the game? How will the leveling work? And will there be stat squishes? So many other things than just going through what all the other website was already talking about. There was not like new pointers in this. There was like new. There was no new anything really. But if we go on, what they were actually saying in this interview was that the team was very happy about what they did in Draenor, and you have the fact that you have to level up and explore the land before you're able to fly. That is coming in the new patch 7.0. As it is now in 6.2.1, you have to explore all the lands, get a certain achievement before you will be able to fly. I think that's a very, very good idea, that given the fact that so many people, and there was a lot of cry out about, we miss content, Blizzard, and what they rightfully so said not that long ago, I think it was Ian Hazacosta said, now we are generating, we already have the content, you're just not doing it. So we made this the way to obtain flying when you gain max level, if you explore all the content. And that will for some people not be taking very long, but some people would maybe take almost a year to explore the entire content and do all that you need to do. And you will be starting by doing that achievement to get flying in the Legion expansion when it is launched. And this is all As it is now, it's all subject to change. And the location of the Broken Isles will be revealed in the future, although you can see them on the map where they were removed in the Lich King. In the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, you can see here on the map where it is on the map now. They removed it in the Lich King, but you can see it on this map. And going in the Demon Hunter way here is bad. They quickly glanced over it that it's going to be a very agile class. So the tanks have a lot of dodge and parry mechanics for the tanking style. I don't see how that's any different from any other tank, really. So it was like they really didn't give anything that a person with an IQ above 2 couldn't think about. Other things they didn't really go into is when will we see some beta action? How and when will the release be? And other than sometime next year. And you also said, they also said that they haven't worked on anything really, but this expansion for more than a year, which means they actually just said we gave up on Warlords of Draenor a long time ago, even before the patch 6.0 was released. So the expansion after the Legion has also already been planned. But what we can say from all this is, yes, I am very disappointed in it. There were so many other questions I would have answered, but we can just take from what it is. They still have a lot of work to do on this expansion before even the alpha beta release. But what they have said so far is that the team has known Legion would be the next expansion when they started coming up on Warlords of Draenor concept. So like I just said, it's a very old concept, this. And I'm just summoning up here. We are back in the normal Azeroth. There are no more alternative universes. I really hope that we get to blow up the portal, like put a bomb underneath and lit the match and just look at it go down. So no more what? It would be terrible to go back there. The expansion will relieve more over time, so I'm really hoping it's going to be more like the Burning Crusade with all those patches, so revealed more and more and more. I think there were like 8 patches during the course of the the Burning Crusade expansion. So I'm really going to hope it's going to give us some clue on why the Legion are trying to take over Azeroth. And as I said, Illidan is apparently very important to Gul'dan's plans, but also I think that it may be that Gul'dan is working for someone higher up, maybe some old guard, I wouldn't know, but that's just a thought. Again, giving the imagination time to run wild, it's going to be very, very, very dangerous. And of course, Illidan was not pleased with us after the Black Temple, but how will he react when he's released? Will he be helping us? Will he be a bad guy? They were like, yeah, we don't know, of course they know, but they just won't tell us yet. And was like, and also that 12,000 years ago there was a festering wound in the Broken Islands, like the pillars of creation that were used to seal the wound. The Temple of Elune was built on top, and the wound was opened again, and an infinity number of demons is just coming out. So there's going to be a really, really, really large expansion. What am I looking for this word? I can't remember that word now. So, and the Dalaran is in Broken Island has been updated. Of course it has, but why is there still an old one? I just don't get it. And of course they have to update it and do something with it. There is a bloody dungeon in Dalaran, so they're gonna do something with the prison inside or something. Well, let's just wait and see. They didn't even turn on that. And eventually, like I said, we're gonna be able to fly in Legion. So, but you have to do it, and you can start in patch 7.0. At the first step toward flying achievement will be available there. And there will also be a quest line for each profession, as I covered. There will be some system changes to the profession as a whole to improve the UI and new functionality. Of course, there was a question which was obvious. I didn't even understand why the question was a part of this Q&A. Will there be one more character slot available? Of course there will be. When you will be able to play 12 different characters, there will be a 12th character slot. It makes sense, people. IQ above 2, please. people are playing a Demon Hunter, people that are playing a Demon Hunter would like to be playing a melee spec anyway. I don't think that's true, since we have a lot of we have a lot of debate about the demonology warlock. Why can't it be a tank when you'd actually had the ability to tanks, and that was a range class, so that doesn't really make any sense to say. And it doesn't really make any sense to say, so it shouldn't add any clusters to bringing in more melees, when clearly they are making the option for hunters to go melee. They like contradict anything they said. It makes no sense really. And also the Bliss Planet had the chance to talk to the development teams about the Legion, and the new information that wasn't in other interviews is there won't be another filler patch between the Warlords of Draenor and the Legion Invasion, other of course the Flying patch. And speaking about the Ruby Sanctum before, that didn't work out so well. It was entertaining apparently for a week or so, and there was only one boss to kill and then you were done. And in Warlords, the team didn't do enough to express the story through in-game content. Really, that's a surprise. The Garrison campaign wasn't enough. That was really clearly not enough at all. And having one artifact per spec will help to focus the spec, as I covered before. Like you will need to earn separate relics for your other artifacts, which meaning you have to earn separate relics for your other spec that you're currently having. Right now, having one artifact per spec would help to focus on the specs. Is that the Frost Death Knight, for example, can use two-handed weapon or dual wield, but their artifact is 2 rune blade, so they will focus on dual wielding in Legion, and Unholy will focus on two-handed weapons. And the new honor system allows for some new abilities to be added that would have been cut out in the past, but they were PvP only. Draenor forces are busy rebuilding Draenor, and many people has also been questioning about, but what happened to Illidan, why and what and how and where, and that Illidan storyline will span out during the entire expansion, the entire Legion expansion. They're only allowing elves to be demon hunted because it fits the lore about it. So night elves and blood elves will be able to be a demon hunter, which I think is totally fine. And they start from level 95 and go on towards level 110 from there, which makes sense because they start in their own area. Wouldn't make any sense at all whatsoever to have any demon hunter going in, pop up out of nowhere and go and slay ogres or trolls or whatever it was in Wars of Draenor. It would make no sense at all. So they start out in their own area slaying demons. Awesome. That's fine. Also, the team would like to improve the communication across groups. If you have a group of friends you raid with or PvP with, there should be a better way to communicate with them. How are they gonna interpret that into actual game communication, which is not already in there, like with the BattleTag friends and being in a guild and all the forums? I can't really see. Are they gonna have another like Twitter integration on this, or how are they gonna do this? Older time limited legendary items such as a Mist of Pandaria cape may become transmuggable. That is a cool thing. That is awesome. That's good news. I can really see how happy all the transmog guys are about this information. The sewers of Dalaran were mentioned as an order hall for rogues again. So I would say 80-90% confirmed that the Dalaran sewers will be the order halls for rogues. I just really hope that the order halls and the class specific halls, whatever you want to call them, won't just be another garrison area where you will just sit around. I hope it's going to be some place where you can talk to other paladins in the lore and read books, maybe even see some cinematics, possible unlocking some cinematics, watching a specific lore about your class because you're retribution, you're a holy paladin or whatever, what. So that's I really hope that they're gonna do a lot about that, so it's not going to just be, hey, we're standing here, we're all paladins. Let's bubble each other. That would make no sense, really. And all the champions will unlock or complement content rather than doing content for you. That, I think, is a very good idea. That's like Garrison 2.0, where you send your character, or your followers out doing missions because they're like scouting for you. They come back, okay, right, we went there. We saw that cave with the thingy above it, so we're just gonna tell you we think whoever that you were searching for is in there. Good, and come with me, and I'm gonna show this to you. We're gonna go in there together. And oh my, I can see that I've been babbling for a long time, and a lot of it might not have been making any sense to you guys. I was like, I'm just gonna point out that I'm really disappointed in this in this Q&A. I did not expect so few informations giving out, and this was just meh. So I guess we have to wait with all the hype until we get some more information about this, because right now we still have nothing. They could just have said, hey, we're gonna show you the trailer and the cinematics again, and start guessing, people. So, and we have to remember that War of Draenor they are down to 5.6 million subscribers, and given the fact that they released that we're gonna get a new Demon Hunter WOOOO hype, Demon Hunter! It's all it takes for some people to come back. Take a chill pill, guys. Give it some time to react to the community, and let's see what they're gonna bring to the table. Alright guys, that was all for me. If you like my videos, or do you have anything to comment, do you think I'm babbling, do you think I touch on some points that you think are relevant, please do not hesitate to comment down below. You can subscribe to my channel, even like or dislike the video. It's completely up to you, it's optional, and I will see you in the next video. And if you want to, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter for some live streaming on Twitch. I do that 3 days a week. The links are down below in the description. I hope to see you again around. Bye bye.